Everyone. This is going to be a little video about some things you can do to enhance blog posts when working in PebblePad. So as you know, the way we're going to get to PebblePad is we're going to type in the URL pebblepad.pdx.edu. And, it'll take you through the whole Odin login process. And hopefully quicker than this is doing, but that's okay. A little sluggish this morning. Okay, so what you're looking for is your store. So every person in PebblePad has their own little corner of the PebblePad world. And this is where all your stuff lives. The things that you make in PebblePad, like blogs, e-portfolios, even websites, this Get Creative part, they end up as assets, your assets, right? And you can, by the way, use PebblePad any way you wish. As a student, you can make websites about your rock band or about interests that you have or blog on things that you're interested in. In a sense, that's what we're trying to teach you to do with this tool is to become an independent creator of knowledge and contribute to the community in any way you wish. Of course, this is an academic assignment, but you can use it for other things. It's a tool that's open to all PSU students, and the great news is that when we negotiated our contract with PebblePad, we were their first big American client, and so we negotiated a contract in which students get to keep PebblePad for life. So all your other PSU electronic services like email, the library, D2L are going to be cut off 6 months after you leave PSU. That is not the case with PebblePad. And if you're interested, we can show you how to get that individual account. Right now you have a student account, which is fine, but we'll convert it. And you can take any work that you have done in PebblePad with you, which is really great. And also, the work that Sam is doing for you in the class as the mentor, you can also take that with you. And always have it as a resource. Okay, so without further ado, so we're going to click on assets. So we're going to look for our blog. I have a lot of blogs, so I'm going to search. I mean a lot of assets. So I want to see. Here we go. A blog. Here we go. We'll just. So this is a pretend blog that I made as if I were a student. And you can see here I have a thing on my pop passion, which is the Beatles. Let's see what I did in here. It's hard to even remember. Blah, blah, blah. I'm showing how to use the post and then twist and shout. Okay. So going back to the blog, and this is what you want to get, is the blog shell. Remember I told you I want the shell, not the post? It's okay if you gave me the post, but I'm really looking for, the shell, because you're going to do more than one blog post. Here you are doing your second one. So you're going to add to your blog, right? You're going to add a post. So we're going to do the same thing we did last time, and now we're going to add. And this post is going to be about I'm just giving it a very basic name, or in advertising, right? Okay, so down here they automatically give you a text box. So you're typing in blah, 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 your stuff, right? Now, one thing you can do to enhance your blog post is you can go, okay, I want to have a background color. And some of you did some really nice work. So gray is nice and professional looking, but you can get as wacky and zany as you want, right? You don't need to, ooh, that's kind of chartreuse, isn't it? You can give different background covers. Things, and then you can change the width. You can add a title. You can have 1 or 2 columns. Okay, and this is a little more advanced thing that we don't need to know about right now. So you can add a color. everything else, as you know, is up here if you want to add content. So let's say that I'm writing about, let's say that in this text box over here, well, let me think about an advertised item. Well, I know that I have, I'm just going to go with the theme of last time. I know that I have Barbie in my asset store, which is where you save all the photos and things that you have. And somewhere in here, I have a picture, or I could just say Pokemon, right? So here's Pokemon. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to change this to Pokemon. So I'm writing about advertising with Pokemon somehow, right? I've seen an advertisement that's using Pokemon to advertise, I don't know what, yogurt or something, right? Now, if you click on the image, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I'm going to delete this. Oh, actually, instead of deleting it, I'm going to put it back down so you can grab it and put it. Oh, I'm going to move this a little bit up. Okay, he's big, so well, I might want to make him smaller first. So if I make him smaller, he's easier to manage. Okay, so I'm going to drag my Pokemon down where I really wanted him, which is right. Oops, come on, buddy. You little cutie pie. All right. No, he's not going to go. Okay, well, I can just do it again. Confirm. All right. So I'm going to add, I'll show you again how I did that. Oops, no, that's not what I want. I'm going to drag this down and put it right here. I'm going to open where all my things are that I've put in. And you notice I have Pixabay open here. Whenever I'm working in my ePortfolio, or I mean, not ePortfolio, but blog, anything I'm doing in PebblePad, I always personally have Pixabay there. Okay, there we go. So now if I click on the guy, see it says image block properties. If I click on this, it's going to say text block. Now I'm in the image block. This is very important for the reasons I'm going to tell you. You can add a title here. Pokemon, yeah, whatever. I can't think of something else to put there. Okay, really important is add a caption, because with anything that you are posting, any photo, courtesy of pixabay.com, you want to say where you got it, because just like with written work, it's plagiarism to just take an image off the net and put it there. You want to look for images. That's why Pixabay is good. These are all in the public domain. They're free. You can take them. You can go to museums. There's a lot of images in the public domain, but you want to not take, in other words, other people's artwork without, thinking about this issue of attributing it to someone. And I believe, so the caption thing is limited, a short description. So when they say short description, and also the title, of course, they're both limited. So you're not going to be able to write a whole paragraph. You have to be very succinct, right? So those are two things you can do. Another thing you can do, oops, well, same thing, I'd have to drag this down. You can hyperlink. You see that? So I can hyperlink it to something I've already created, or in this case, I'm doing a web page, and I want to, oops, Pokemon. Come on, my typing skills are not. So yeah, I can look here at Pokemon.com, and I can say, okay, Pokedex, I don't know what that is. So, right? And now, let me try to drag this back down to be by my, here we go, Pokemon guy. Now it's hyperlinked to a website. Oh shoot, what I was gonna do. I don't have a mouse, you guys. I just have a MacBook, and that's why this sometimes happens. Whenever I put hyperlinks in, I like to bold them, just because I think that it's, better. It looks better. It's, yeah. So, this is my regular text. And of course, even with text, you have up here different things you can do with the text. You can also choose a different font if you want to. So because I'm writing about Pokemon, I might want to use Comic Sans, right? Because it's a font that is made for, to signal, oh gosh, we're going to do this all day. It's a font that's made to signal, a certain kind of communication. In this case, it represents a kind of whimsical, childish feeling, right? So you might think stylistically about what you're doing um, with your Pokemon thing, and you might say, "Oh, I want to use Comic Sans." So you can find all those different fonts here, and there aren't that many, but there are some. Yeah, and then you can also decide on the size of it, right? Then you have these things you can do. You can also put different colors in, right? Yeah. So, and here's some other formatting options that you have. So that's basically, I wanted to just show you, the different things. So property image blocks, I clicked on that box. Now I'm clicking on this box and it's taking me to the text block, right? And you can go through and figure out how you want to do this. You're limited to two columns, really, or two different items. You can't put like a, a photo here, text here, and then another column on the other side, unfortunately. What I do often is I will go back and forth between, like I'll put so if the next thing I'm doing here is another block of text, then I would put an image over here so that it goes image, text, text, image. I do things like that. You can think about that if you want to do that, right? And so that is how, those are just some basic pointers of what you can do to enhance your blog.